It's her routines when the time counts.
Pathetic.
Pathetic. Hello.
Pathetic. What's up? Hello. What's up? Today's news is absolutely devastating. We have some of the worst recession indicators popping off today. Prices remain high. Unemployment hits an all-time high in the last 3 years. Very exciting stuff. Unemployment soared to 4.3%. Bidenomics is working, folks. Not only that, stock market took a huge dip. Boom. S&P not looking too shiesty. But just another reminder that even though things are looking bleak, our commander-in-chief, Kamala, says this.
Bidenomics is working.
It's working, folks. What's up, White Willie? Shout out to White Willie. He changed the name. I love it. We have so much to get through today. Apparently, the Kamala Harris VP was just leaked by accident. Unbelievable. The Kyle Rittenhouse controversy is here. Let me just change this up a little bit. Kyle Rittenhouse controversy is here. And my reaction as we jump through the entire process of Kyle Rittenhouse being celebrated to Kyle Rittenhouse being dead to conservatives everywhere. SMP toasted. Okay. We have some breaking footage from the boxer that beat up the woman. and we could play the game of pronouns and born this, born that, all you want, but this footage is devastating. We have sighting of Bigfoot. Chicago getting worse and worse and worse, and we have direct from the horse's mouth himself about what's happening at the border. It's just insane to see. You can't hide from this anymore. Now that X is completely free speech. I'll pull that back. Mostly free speech. More than before. People are pulling up old footage that I'm sure would have been taken down before. And it's fantastic to see. It's unbelievable to see. So let's just get off the bat. So this is a tweet from a parent, Kamala Harris, new VP choice, trans women or women, pass it on. Just a thought. That's just an icing on the cake. But here we go. Let's do the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff first, because this is my favorite. The Kyle Rittenhouse stuff has been my favorite. Waking up to everyone losing their minds over a 21-year-old. A 21-year-old coming out and saying he's going to be voting for Rand Paul because he was one of us. He was ours. And now he's just going around voting for people he wants to vote for. Don't you dare turn your back on Trump. It's so funny to watch. Okay, here's Kyle Rittenhouse this morning. And this is the whole progression, so buckle up.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach.
I'm Rittenhouse. Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach Director for Texas Gun Rights. A lot of people are upset that I said I'm going to be writing in Ron Paul for President of the United States. That is true. I will be writing in Ron Paul. Unfortunately, Donald Trump had bad advisors making him bad on the Second Amendment, and that is my issue. you. If you cannot be completely uncompromisable on the Second Amendment, I will not vote for you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no takebacks.
Oh, no takebacks, huh? Well, 12 hours later, apparently the whole take back thing actually happened. And of course, immediately when that little film, that little site on the porch having a drink, maybe having a good time, deciding to put this out because he said that he's riding in Rand Paul. The memers got to work. Prison Mitch, who I highly encourage for a follow.
People right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
White Willie said, did anybody really ask it? Well, he put out a thing. He had a post with Ron Paul saying that he was going to be voting for Ron Paul because he is a big Second Amendment guy. And I get that. Be on brand. This is your brand. You're the guy that shoots commies, You're the guy that shoots PDFs, you got to be on brand. But that didn't sit well with people. Because you and I know that during election season, a write-in for Rand Paul is basically a wash vote. Like you might feel good about it, but it potentially means that it's a vote for Kamala Harris. And so people, okay, and this is why you don't elevate childish voices. And I'm not saying that my voice isn't childish, okay? I'm far from an adult. Even though the age is 45 plus 20, and that's my age. But here is how some of the right-wing influencers take it. Chad Prather says, oh, well, Kyle, I regret to inform you that I will no longer be one of your guests September 12th at the TXGR event. I reckon you can write in someone else. This is not the way, bud. This 21-year-old better vote right. If you don't vote right, boy, we're gonna make you vote right. We're not canceling. It's different. We're just getting rid of you. We're telling everyone to unfollow you and telling you not to be invited to events, and I'm not going to show up to your event because I can't be on the same stage with a literal insurrectionist. I can't be on the same stage with a literal person that would vote for Ron Paul. What? This is like one of those moments where the right starts to sound more and more like the left. Where it's like, how dare you? I will not platform Kyle Rittenhouse if he's going to go out and start pushing this left-wing propaganda. And here's another meme, excuse the meme. But the guy says, and just like that, Kyle Rittenhouse loses all the people that supported his little sellout ass. People got so mad. And my favorite guy reacted to this whole situation. My favorite man, the man who's 59 years old. And now I'm not saying there's anything bad with that, but I just can't imagine like somebody of this age having this emotional of a response to some child, some 21-year-old kid who has fantasies about being libertarian. I did too. Look, I'm libertarian curious too. Okay. I think about it day and night. I'm like, should I go libertarian? Oh, my bad. But my favorite content creator who has blocked me, Cat Turd, puts out a post. Bye forever. Bye forever. I'm done with you. I can't have anything to do with you, bro. I don't even be in the same room as a basic Kamala Harris supporter.
Emotional damage.
I can stomach a lot of things, Cat's Turd says. Apparently not too many things, because he blocked me. Becoming a man means becoming less emotional. Well, it's just like, you're allowed to be emotional, but you don't have to create massive and ridiculous decisions completely based on emotion. Like, anybody with logic would go, okay, this is a 21-year-old kid. Who cares? He wants to write in Ron Paul. So what? It's one vote. I get he has like an elevated voice, and so we have to make sure we're catering and grooming. I mean, I'm not saying that word. We have to make sure he's doing it rightly. But backstabbing millions who supported you at your lowest point. Backstabbing. You're literally breaking my heart, Kyle.
Kyle, why would you break my heart like this, man? You know I love you. You know I care about you.
But you're over here pushing this libertarian propaganda down our throats, and we're not going to stand for it. Then turning on Trump right after he got shot. Okay, and I love that part right there. Turning on Trump right after he got shot. Little emotions. A little bit of emotional pull. Can't stomach it. Won't put up with it. Forgotten forever. Well, maybe not forever. Let's see if he actually turns his back on that. So the right mega extremers responses are, we're done with you. We don't want to talk to you. We're not going to show up events. We don't want to share the stage with you because you're voting in Ron Paul. What? And then we have just regular people with lots of followers. At this rate, I wish they would have found him guilty. So many people wasted money on him, time on him, and he does this for us? No, him. And the horse he rode in on it. Oh, okay. That's not an emotional response. And then Mike Cernovich, who I always recommend a good follow on Twitter, wrote, this way some people went after Kyle Rittenhouse today is why I'm glad I do my own thing. The kid is an American hero. There's a reason you don't see a Mar-a-Lago hammering it up for photos. I care about my country, no clout chasing selfies. Now, that might have been an emotional response as well. That might have been an emotional response as well. I agree, F him. Yeah, we hate those 21-year-olds. Okay, and then we have Kyle Rittenhouse. Apparently, and this is where you have the Kyle Rittenhouse that maybe got a phone call by Mossad. Maybe you got a phone call from somebody in the Trump organization like, what, is there going to be a way we can persuade you? Is there going to be some way we can get you to change your mind? Over the past 12 hours, I've had a series of productive conversations with members of Trump team. God, he sounds like such a politician. I've been having very productive conversations with the Trump team. And I'm confident that he will be strong ally gun owners need to defend our Second Amendment rights. My comments made last night were ill-informed and unproductive. I'm 100% behind Donald Trump and encourage every gun owner to join me. I'm helping him send him back to the White House. Junior says he isn't a hero. He just defended himself with a gun. That's not a hero. You take that out of your mouth. This was the wildest roller coaster I've ever seen. And the funniest thing, it didn't even last 12 hours. I know. I loved every second of it. Hope Donald Trump will consider Ron Paul as an advisor, says Redhead Libertarian. I just love no compromise means no compromise. My favorite is at the beginning, he says, what does he say? No takesy backsies.
For you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no takebacks.
How could he do this to us? He took us on this emotional roller coaster. What are you thinking, Kyle? Kyle, we need to have a chat. Why don't you come over? We'll convince you. No takesy backsies, says the old Kyle Rittenhouse. So I'm curious of how some of these other people are going to respond to Kyle Rittenhouse and his turning his back. But then, of course, the meme, you know, it didn't stop there. I freaking love this guy. Follow Prison Mitch. He just reverses it. It's just so good. I just love like waking up this morning to like, you know, big commentators just like Gerald from Crowder. This is dumb. This is so dumb. And this is just a reminder. This is why you don't elevate children's voices, because they're kids. At 21, did you know how to view the world at 21? Should you be making policy at 21? Should you be following the words of a 21-year-old on how to view the world? God, I hope not. I hope not. If I followed my own friend's advice or I followed my own logic at 21 for everything in the world, this world would be totally...
I'm gonna come.
This world would be the worst. Those are just my thoughts. My thought was like, who cares? You know, make memes of him, joke around about it, tell him he's an idiot for doing so, tell him he's voting for Kamala, maybe he'll change his mind. But to say that you're not going to share a stage with him or come to an event because of this, it feels too lefty for me. You know, the musician humorist. How can you call yourself a humorist? Basically a genius. I can't take some of these right-wing influencers so seriously for very long. I used to think they're like, you know, these guys are totally badass. I trust them. I think they're good people. They would never like cancel people. They're all about freedom of speech. It just feels familiar. He has the face of an alcoholic. What 21-year-old kid isn't? You know what I mean? It is a little puffy. It is a little puffy. Before the internet, we used to ignore children like that. Well, now you got to elevate these kids. You know, it's like anytime somebody has right think, immediately political opponents and politicians and influencers like the Hawk Tour girl. It's like the minute you have some kind of thoughts that people can get excited about, people just elevate those voices so fast. And then immediately they change their mind and people don't know how to handle it. At this point, if you aren't voting for Trump, I have no patience with anyone. This is bigger than Trump. Yeah, I think it would be silly. I mean, obviously it's a silly comment, but he's a 21-year-old kid. I mean, I'm not going to, of course he thinks dumb thoughts, you know? Of course he did dumb things. Maybe he's paid opposition. There you go. That's something I want to go down. I just want to know who made the phone call to Kyle, you know? Who called Kyle and said, what you're doing is wrong. Stop it. And I wonder, my other thought too is I wonder if his money, the money he's making, the events he's coming, he might be speaking at or going to, all of a sudden drastically change. I am curious about that, you know? If Trump called him and said, hey, you don't want to vote for me, that's fine, but I'm going to make your life a living hell. I don't know. This election season's tough, man. Speaking of tough, look, here's an exclusive footage of the boxer that maybe or maybe isn't, or maybe it is and totally is a dude. And you tell me what you see here, okay? Let's get a little zoom in on here. I don't want to just have my face. Let's get a zoom in. Now, you tell me what you see here. Pulling in the boxers, taking a second, grabbing. Now what are we grabbing there? What could that be? Right there. I've never done that in my life. But I just want to know what we're grabbing. Just want to know what we're pulling to the side. Okay? But that is a woman. Beautiful and brave. I never would have had on my bingo card that I would see so many leftists and people on the left and Democrats and liberals alike all clapping men beating up women. Hey, it's all androgynous at this point. Who cares? Up is down, down is up. I don't know what's in your pants, but I do know it's something. What are you grabbing there? Right there, huh? Is that a microphone? That doesn't look like a microphone right there. I'm just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of what this XYX chromosome is. Like, I'm not a scientist, but I am a man, and I do know what it's like. When that thing isn't in the right position, sometimes you gotta move it. Sometimes you gotta move it. What are your thoughts on that? It was the people on the right that stood up for him, and the Dems wanted him in jail the rest of his life. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, but BKL, you can't make idols out of these kids. They're gonna have wrong think. You know, they're gonna have wrong opinions. I'm gonna say stupid stuff you won't agree with. Junior knows. Sometimes him and I get into it back and forth. But like, sometimes I have a different opinion. Sometimes you have a different opinion. It's okay. But I get it. But I mean, you're only loyal to the things you're loyal to, you know? Have you noticed how Destiny has a serious case of meth mouth? Destiny, he just reminds me of every dude I've ever known that takes like 50 or 60 milligrams of Adderall a day. I mean, and he has a little manic episode where he's like, I'm okay if Trump supporters die. Like, you're like, okay, you're a psycho. I would never like engage with somebody like that though, in a serious manner. Like, if I was ever to debate Destiny, I would be bringing that same energy. I would go nuts. I would try to I would out-top him on and going nuts. Just because, like, I can't take people like that seriously. Maybe she's a yeast infection. How dare you? Is that what a yeast infection does? I don't know. Look, I just know that every guy knows what this feels like. Sometimes people should keep their opinions to themselves. Oh, 100% BKL. I've even thought that for myself. Yeah. And the write-in thing is so corny. You know what I mean? It's like, you do the write-in things for, I don't know when you do it. When do you do a write-in? If you are a libertarian, I mean, do you ever do write-in? I don't think you do. I think it's just like, I tend to be libertarian curious, and I would never write in one of those opponents because I care more about maintaining as much freedom as possible. You know, I don't need to have I know that you sometimes have to vote for the lesser of two evils in life, and that's just the reality. Like, if there's a candidate that I don't particularly like, going up a candidate I absolutely hate, I will vote for the less of two evils every single time. I mean, that's what got me Lindsey Graham, and I hated it, but like, who's I going to vote for? Some kind of loony lefty? No, absolutely not. So it's like, it's such a catch-22. Junior says, I say stupid stuff a lot. I'm only human. Exactly. And you're allowed to say stupid stuff. Everyone can have stupid opinions. Sometimes people should keep their opinions. Okay, this is what is so funny to me. So the Kamala Harris campaign is doing so poorly that she is now leaking information of her VP choice. And it's just incredible to watch, and she had no idea what was even happening. Scoop, Philly political sources have told me that a staffer connected to the mayor of Sherrell Parker's team, definitely not a DEI hire, do not say that, that's racist, accidentally posted the video today. The video was scheduled for Monday, which is just so funny. After VP Kamala Harris was expected to announce her pick, it's Josh Shapiro, y'all.
I'm gonna come.
What you love to see. So here is the potential leaked pick. So this is Sherrell Parker, mayor of Philadelphia, fighting for a safer, cleaner, greener city. Proud to be back with so many leaders from across our region supporting Kamala Harris for president and Josh Shapiro, PA, for VP. Oops. I hope they change it just because of this. We're the one city with one region and one Commonwealth united. PA, Dams, PA, APA. Okay, here's the video. It's just like, everything about this is a perfect example of why she is such a terrible candidate, and everything about her being so amazing is like fabricated nonsense.
Philadelphia, we got work to do.
We're ready to rumble, y'all.
I'm Mayor Sherrell Parker, here with leaders from across our region. Kamala Harris is on the road to victory.
And you know
goes through Pennsylvania.
And in Pennsylvania, we're united behind her. The woman that's tough and can lead.
Are we ready to fight for it?
She is the right person at the right time for this job.
It's gonna do right by labor. It's gonna do right by working people.
And I can't think of a better
There he is.
partner than our Governor Josh Shapiro.
His policies have not only supported the working class, but have set
Working
standards
class.
for progressive leadership
His policies support the working class.
that benefits all citizens.
All
Build up your
citizens.
building trades.
IBW for Kamala Harris.
Montgomery County.
Bucks. Delco.
Chester.
South Philly. North Philly.
There's like literally tens and tens of people there. Can you feel the energy?
We're getting behind
What?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris for president. And Josh Shapiro.
Josh Shapiro.
Josh Shapiro for vice president. Now we need you. Let us and Kamala Harris know you stand.
Guy, this is just another reminder that so much in what videos he's showing on his stream. This is just a reminder that so much of the politics is just fabricated, and they try to pretend like it's organic. Like her becoming the presidential pick for the Democratic Party, she became the nominee today. Congratulations! No one would have guessed that was ever going to happen. But I love how fabricated all this is. It's like they're trying to do a hype video of her, and they accidentally pre-released it. Everything about Kamala Harris is the worst. And she doesn't do it right. Josh Shapiro, everyone's doing Josh Shapiro jokes on the internet, and you need to get on top of it. I've seen enough blacks in politics. They all seem anti-white. I wouldn't say all. I would say the left is lean into identity politics, and they lean into, progress in the form of racism. And I think they are a bunch of racists. And then, I mean, can you imagine being told you're a victim over and over again? How empowering that would feel, and people like giving you money or praise and saying that you deserve this. And just think about how weak of a psyche that would make you. I don't wish that on anyone, because that is not going to produce any fruit whatsoever. It's amateur. Okay. And here's a perfect reason why CNN won't invite an average thinking individual on their show, especially when they're discussing Kamala Harris, whether she's black or not. We're still on this train. They're still triggered by it, and you love to see it. Watch this man absolutely obliterate her and all the other Democrats on the board. Shout out to this dude, the great tie.
So to answer your question as it relates to that, we all know when, Vice President Kamala Harris ran for, Attorney General, and you can fact check me on this. News outlets said she's the first Indian American. She did run as Indian American.
Oops.
Okay. And then she was chosen for the vice president nominee as the candidate for Joe Biden. And he was told that you will get a black woman. So then she says, well, here is a black woman. So when all.
Don't say that. Okay. We're trying to defeat this talking point. You. I love that.
Joe Biden, and he was told that you will get a black woman. So then she says, well, here is a black woman. So in all fairness, when she asked that question to President Trump, that's a valid.
God, okay, one of my biggest pet peeves, I'm just going to let you guys know this. When I see a panel of people in the background and their mic's not on and they do this. Everything about it feels so fabricated to me. Like they feel like they have to shake their heads at things. They're just like, just like rolling your eyes. I just feel so childish. Sorry, that's just a little pet peeve of mine. I hate when I see it. Every time I used to watch Fox News, I would just see people go like this. No.
When she asked that question to President Trump, that's a valid, answer, because that's based on her, where she was in her life, what she chose to be at that time. So that's where that answer comes in. So she's the one that did this. She's the one that did it.
All due respect.
Hold on 1 second. I want to just make clear. I know we're on this panel.
But am I lying?
Excuse me, no.
Okay, no.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, MAGA extremist.
No, I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak. Excuse me.
Okay.
Do not overtalk me on my program.
Well,
I am trying to give.
Ear, so.
That's why, if you would allow me to speak, I would clarify the opportunities for each of you on the panel to have a chance to speak and have your own point heard to an audience who's eager and speaking with bated breath to hear your opinion. But you cannot talk over each other. I want everyone to hear. So when you hear this voice or this ding, ding, ding of the Laura code sound, please stop. Van, let me go to...
Triggered. My man just taking it to him. You love to see it. How dare you have wrong think? This is CNN. You can't come up in here and spout out right-wing MAGA extremist talking points. You think you can just come on CNN and say these things? Not up in here. Not up in here. Disgusting. I love that he like perfectly, talks about how the most obvious point in the world is that she was in fact a DEI hire because Joe Biden himself said it. Just show the videos. Okay, we're not saying it. He is. We're just reiterating or repeating things that he's already said. That doesn't make you, we're not coming up with this stuff. Okay, never in my life have I thought about the word DEI until you guys started talking about it. Never in my life have I even thought about, just elevating people based on race until you guys started doing it. I thought we were just, the land of opportunity. I thought we were all about equality. No, we're about equity, idiot. Okay, you're not gonna come up in here and just talk about equality like a psychopath. We're all about equity. Turn your head on, bro. Turn your head on. No chance. Is that BET on CNN? Yeah, it's CNN After Dark. Great point there. Maybe we should have 2-for-1 special on Kamala. What does that even mean, Willie? Willie, I'm really liking your name, by the way. Okay, let's get down to the bottom of this. So let's find out. Is the reason the border crisis Trump's fault? Or is it Biden's fault? Because we need to get down to the bottom of this. And I can think of no better person than Jeff Bezos Light to finally tell us what is going on at the border. Please listen to this very carefully. Kamala Cesar is working out just perfectly.
I'd like to understand from you what Trump-era immigration policies have been banned, ended, reversed, and if any investigations are underway by you.
Thank you.
So we have rescinded so many Trump immigration policies, it would take so much time to list them.
Oh.
And I'd like to
Okay. So is the border crisis Trump's fault? Or is it what you just said? My God. I hate talking points. I hate lies. I hate the lies. Yes, it wasn't perfect under Trump, but it's way worse now. And cities are way overrun now. And that problem is huge. And I don't think Donald Trump should stop talking about it, especially in these inner cities. Because yes, people in the country don't understand the situation like the people in cities. In major American cities, you talk to the cops, you talk to anybody in the city and ask them how they're dealing with it, they're freaking out. They're losing their minds. And you're seeing more and more of these insane crimes by Venezuelans and gangs across the nation, just barging into people's houses. I've seen stories of entire cartel buying out apartment complexes and just renting it out and making these people that went across the border to work and live and pay off their debts for getting across the border. We have cartel here now running apartment complexes in cities, in major cities. And it begs to ask the question, why? Why is our intel, our CEI and stuff like that, CIA, our FBI, why are they all allowing this all to happen? What is the outcome? What do they want to happen? Because I don't think they're doing it on accident. They're doing it on purpose. Now, why would they do it on purpose? Why would they make a situation intentionally worse? And while it's worse, they look at you and they call you a racist because you're the one that's freaking out about it. Why would they do it? You tell me. The guy should be charged for treason. Name me a bureaucratic government official that isn't a piece of crap. I mean, they're just talking pieces, like him or Cheadle. All these people in these high up positions, they're basically like KJP. They're basically Karine Pierre Abdul-Jabbar. They're just talking heads. They're just being told what to do. I don't think they're making decisions. I think that's like a step one thought. Step two is like, who's telling them what to do? Who's making these decisions? I live in Seattle, and there's like a third world country here. They're going around and let illegals work as police next. Oh, they're already doing it in places like Denver. A lot of major cities are doing that, which is insane. Like, it's not even like the thing about illegals becoming police officers. It's not like, they don't speak English or like, how could they be police officers? It's how a country becomes corrupt. You conquer another country, then you become their law enforcement, then you can enforce the law how you want. And then you'll start having police officers like trying to hide their identity, the ones that are good cops, and then you'll have police officers trying to hide their identity of the cops that are working with the cartel, and then we'll have one side of the police force that is American and the other side of the police force that is part of the cartel. And it's just, that's how you conquer. That's how you just take over cities. And then cities in America will become so incredibly corrupt because of the money. All the politicians will be paid off. The DAs will be paid off. I mean, we're literally living in Mexico at some point. I mean, if you start pushing illegal, what country would allow me to just break in illegally and then become a police officer? What serious country would do that? Oh my God, you're being so racist. God, it's like their brain cells are so stupid. That is all they can come up with. They're too busy protecting Trump. Yeah, exactly. The private protection services are hiring illegal migrants. The globalists are taking over America from the inside out. I don't even know if it's a globalist. I just know like cartel is very strong in America right now. And I think that problem is not being discussed enough. I don't think people are discussing all these cartel members that own the border, that own police officers at the border, that own federal agents at the border, that own major cities. And we just allowed it because, they're good people looking for work. How dare you? How dare you? You want to see something psychopathic? Here we go. Here's our potential next president processing and talking about capitalism. The thing that we don't have, but everyone on the left pretends like we have in America, when in reality we have like corporatist oligarchies. But here we go with Kamala Harris and her thought process of capitalism. And just like every other lefty, she talks about it. There we go.
So capitalism in its best form,
yes,
is about
do a Venn diagram.
The beauty of competition to create the greatest product, to create the greatest outcome.
Yes.
But inherent in that is an assumption that everyone starts out on the same base.
So true.
And then they compete, and whoever wins, wins.
Right.
The market, right? The market share.
Right.
But that's a...
No. See, you're already putting in your little commie. People don't assume people start from the same place. People just assume that you can, if you work hard enough, if you apply to yourself, that you can make something of yourself in this kind of system. Not that everyone starts from the same place. That's your own thought process. That's why you have decided to debunk, but you're starting at the wrong foundation, queen. There we go.
Right? The market share.
Yes.
But that's a false assumption when you take into account the fact that not everyone starts from the same place, particularly when we take into account race and gender. So what we have to do is recognize the...
Don't you love that two women, black or Native American, I mean Indian, Jamaican and Indian. And then we have the level 12 white woman, Mika. Look at all that white on her face. Holy crap. Got enough makeup on there, queen? Mika, who has a main show on MSNBC. So both millionaires, both doing great. One potentially becoming the next president of the United States, who is just vice president. And we're talking about equity. Like, just like, do you guys not see the irony in your own crap? You know, if this was like two white guys talking about it, sure, that doesn't, but it's just like, do you guys even see yourself right now? Okay, here we go.
To account the fact that not everyone starts from the same place,
so
particularly
true.
when we take into account race and gender. So what we have to do is recognize the disparities that have long existed and take that into consideration when we want to encourage competition. So
DEI. Okay. It's like all these people hate they hate capitalism, but they profited off of it, and then they want to talk crap about it. It's just so silly. It's just so dumb. And there's just clip after clip after clip of Kamala Harris talking about equity, talking about how we need to prioritize people based on, you know, the color of their skin or their sex. And it's just watching America slip into mediocrity for the sake of people's feelings is depressing to me. We're going from dumb to dumber. Yeah, that's the saddest part, is watching people. You know, it's like the thing they talk about. It's like what lefties talk about is they're like, you know, the boss's kid getting the job and becoming the boss. You know, and that's like literally what's happening. Just the dumbest people are selected for things. They're not because they bring something great to the table. They just come from a different cultural background, and that'll make our company better. Really? Is that proven? I don't know. We just say these things. You sound so ignorant. Kamala Harris, I can't tell. Okay. I think I might do a whole deep dive video just talking about, is Kamala Harris really the dumbest person on earth? Or is she putting on this show to make you think she's stupid, but she's actually really conniving and evil? Because like, if it's the evil route, she scares the bejesus out of me. Because I sort of lean towards that one more. And I saw this video of James Lindsay talking about Kamala Harris and her rhetoric and the things that come out of her mouth, which I might just make a video tomorrow morning and do it and put it out for Saturday for you guys to check out. The way he describes Kamala Harris and her rhetoric that I've been making fun of is freaky. Because of the stuff that she reiterates and the stuff that she just spouts out, where I'm making fun of her, but it's actually commie talk. And I didn't even think about it. I totally quit caring about hurting people's feelings by saying the truth. F them, grow up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still care about people's feelings, but I just like when I'm face to face with people, I think it changes. Or when I'm having an honest conversation with somebody, it changes. But I don't know. I'm a Christian, so I'll deal with that. It's just the worst. Okay, this is one of my favorite things in the whole world. So the Democrats put out this little tweet the other day, and it's just so funny to me. These quotes speak for themselves. Republican praise Kamala Harris. So like right off the bat, you're thinking, oh my God. So Republicans actually like Kamala Harris? Some of these quotes are just the funniest. And my favorite is Marco Rubio. Right here. I don't remember any problems with her on the committee. Slam! I don't remember any problems with her on the committee. God. Republicans can't cope. Can't even. Mitt Romney. I love that this is like a slam dunk. when every Republican actually hates Mitt Romney. Very personable and knowledgeable. Oh, is that how you felt as you're strapping your dog to your top of your car, you psycho? Lindsey Graham, who also is a fan of Joe Biden. I always found her pleasant to deal with. If Lindsey Graham thinks you're pleasant to deal with, you got problems, queen. We obviously disagree, but she's personable. These quotes are so funny. We work together well, and we still say hello to each other. Republicans are freaking wrecked, bro. You'll never recover from this. I don't remember any problems with her on the committee. God, who on Kamala Harris's team decided that is a good tweet to put out? Republicans won't be able to cope when it comes to that. It's so silly. Most of the politicians have ever held a real job? No. Most on the left don't have real jobs. Like, and even on the right too as well, you know, they've worked for politicians or something like that. It's such a boys club in politics. You know, like if you are a part of the clique, if you're part of the team, you're welcomed in. But you say one wrong thing, or if you have any kind of questionable thing going on in your life, you're out. You're out. We want a pleasant president. Yeah, exactly. This is what I think this video of Joe Biden that's being circulated. So Joe Biden welcomed some of the new the prisoners that came across from Russia. And this video of Joe Biden is so funny to me. Watch him just like blankly stare to absolutely nothingness. Joe Biden. Earth to Joe. Joe, what are you looking at, honey? Joe, is everything okay? Are you okay? Do you even know that you're president still? Do you know where you are right now? There's no ice cream. Not today, not ever. Ice cream's gone forever. What is he doing?
Of diplomacy and strengthening alliances.
And not only that, it gets better. Okay, so the people come off the plane, and immediately, the man, the myth, the legend goes up for a sniff. He can't help himself. Look at this. Just gonna get a little kiss. Oh, you smell good. You smell real good. He can't help himself. And look at her. Look at her, just like, there's Joe doing his thing. There's Secret Service. White male, disgusting. But he's going for a little kiss. He's a little kiss. He's such a creep in chief. When you graduate high school and study politics science, you get a job. Political science, yeah, you can. But a lot of it is like who you know. Because who you know is more important than what you know in politics, unfortunately. It's such an old boys game. And I noticed it with just the smallest level. What's up, KB? Whoa. He's been in office for 50 years and he wants to pack the Supreme Court. Oh, Joe Biden? Yeah, he wants term limits, and she will definitely want to pack the Supreme Court. She said, Kamala Harris has said that over and over again about packing the Supreme Court. I mean, people need to wake up to that. I mean, that is just a matter of dismantling everything. But this is how cringe. Do you want? This video of Whitner is one of my favorite videos I've seen on the internet this week. This video of Gretchen Whitner. Okay, she just posted this little video. And here in this video, she is reading her own book. What? Just me reading my own book with two of my own books in the background right here. Just two of my own books. And I'm just going to put some Mountain Dew in front of me because you know what? JD Vance likes Mountain Dew. And we don't like JD Vance because he's weird. Oh, this is what I do with JD fans. In the trash. So freaking based. Oh, everything about election season is so cringe and I love it. She's so cool. How did she get away with everything she did during COVID? How did Democrats just allow that to happen? So sick. If I ever read a book and then you catch me making a video pretending to read my own book, just go ahead and punch me in the face. You have my permission. Find me on the street, punch me right in the face. Okay, what are we gonna do? All right, guys. And remember, this is the VP for Kamala Harris, Josh Shapiro. Trans women are women. Pass it on.
Emotional damage.
But what's a woman? I don't know. Somebody who identifies as a woman. Idiot, psycho. All right, guys, I've had so much fun tonight, and I hope you've had fun as well. This is the greatest hour of my freaking life today. Today was a long day at work. I don't know how your day at work was. We learned so much. Kyle Rittenhouse has changed his mind in 12 hours when everyone has forgiven him or decided that he's the worst person on earth. You be the judge. Kamala Harris, turns out she is black or Indian. I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. And the left is trying to still cope with that ideology. They don't know what to do with it. Kamala Harris lectures us on capitalism and how bad it is and how it needs to be replaced with communism. And so much more. We learned a lot today. And this Friday, of all Fridays, is just one of my favorite Fridays. K-Bean, you have a wonderful weekend. Junior, you have a wonderful weekend. White Willie with the new with the new username, have a wonderful weekend. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. Great show, bro. Hey, thanks so much, man. B-Kel, appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Drop a like on this video if you do not mind. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you again real soon. Come hang out. Come say hello. And look out for maybe the video I might do tomorrow or Sunday morning. Maybe Sunday morning. Do a nice little stream.
K-Bean super chatted $19.99. Love ya.
K-Bean with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I know. I don't take super chats lightly. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, guys. K-Bean, thank you.